everybody, welcome to the Tonepriest Pedal of the Month number 13. We are coming at you live from Hellacious Acres. What we do here every month is we build a clone of an awesome guitar effects pedal. We check out the schematic, we put the thing together, we play with it a little bit, and then we give it away. If you want to win this pedal, go over to the Tonepriest Patreon page. And sign up, and this pedal could be yours for absolutely free, other than obviously supporting the channel and what we do around here. What are we doing this month? Number 13, we are using a pedal.
Wait a minute, who's out of the door? High Secretariat,
No, the cat's knocking at the door. Pedal PCB, British Royalty Overdrive Circuit Board, to build a clone of a Greer Royal Velvet drive and preamp. Yeah, this should be pretty awesome. It's supposed to sound like an early Vox amplifier. And if we look at this little diagram here, we can see it's got a friggin' transformer in it.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
You don't get more mojo than that.
Ow!
Alright, if that sounds interesting to you, hang tight. We're going to take a look at the schematic, and then we're going to build it, and then blah, blah, blah. Speaking of blah, 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 if you're not interested in blah, 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 this chapter is down below if you just want to hear what it sounds like and all that stuff. But if not, I urge you to hang tight, and let's get the show on the road. Here we go. Alright, let's take a quick look at the schematic here. So I believe this pedal is supposed to kind of be in the lines of an amp in a box type of deal. And there's two ways you can build an amp in a box that I'm aware of anyway. Like we saw with Jackson Audio Silvertone 1484 pedal, you can basically make a component for a component duplicate of the original amplifier, substituting JFETs for the vacuum tubes. Gotta wait for the Honda Civic to go by.
Grab me by the ponytail and ride me like a horse. Yeah, fuck your Honda Civic.
So that's one way to build a little amp in the box, amp in a pedal type of deal. Or the other way to do it, which is the way Greer has done it, is they have not tried to duplicate the amplifier at all. They're just building an effects pedal that kind of, through the use of clever EQ and gain staging, kind of simulates what the original amplifier would have sounded like. And that's kind of what they've done here. We can take a look at the schematic. Not much to see. We are using J201s on JFETs for our amplification stages. We have 3 of those. Pedal PCB, or actually it was probably Greer, was nice enough to add trimmers for all of the JFETs, which you kind of need, especially with J201s, which is my understanding. We have 9 volts as our input, actually 18 volts. But anyway, you want to bias these at about half of the supply voltage. So if we get 9 volts coming in off the power supply, bias these to 4.5, and everything should be good. Of course, experimentation is always encouraged. But anyway, 3 amplification stages. We have some clever use of EQing with our resistors and capacitors. We come out, and at the very end here, we have our little transformer. Lots of debate about how much of a difference this transformer makes, like on this one and some of the other pedals that are out there. We did the Hudson Broadcast. That was the first pedal we built with a transformer. According to builders on the internet and forums, people have built it without the little transformer, and they couldn't hear any difference. So is it a mojo part? Yeah, it's a mojo part. Does it make a big difference? Who the heck knows? Anyway, should be a pretty straightforward build. Let's go ahead and build it. As always, the build montage music is me playing with the help of the original drums and vocals background tracks, but the guitar parts are using this pedal we are building right now. So here we go. Let's put her together. Boom. Damn, son. There she is. All put together. The De Spiritus, the breath of God. I wanted to go with the voice of God for the name in Latin, but that would have been Vox Dei. And I think the Vox company might have had a problem with that. So we went with De Spiritus. And we get a cool graphic. This one came out pretty badass. Yes, sirree. Let's crack the back and take a look on the inside. Boom! Here she is. You can see the little mojo transformer in there, looking all mojo. Not bad at all. God forbid I actually get good at this kind of thing. Not bad at all. I was on the Greer website, and I didn't realize you could pump 18 volts into this. That probably would have been the way to go for the Queen song there. Let's hook up a guitar and an amp, and we'll run through the knobs, and we'll put 18 volts in there and see how she sounds. There you have it. All right, let's do that. Alrighty, here's the demo setup for today. We are playing this guy right here, the Bentley Lawsuit Era Les Paul with our Scar My Guitar L-Nickel 5 pickups in it. That guitar is going through this cable into the De Spiritus Royal Velvet.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Overdrive and preamp clone. That's going out of that into my Tonepriest Prince of Darkness amplifier. You can think of this as something in between a Princeton and a Deluxe. And that's going into my Univox 2x12 cabinet with a greenback and a V-type, both Celestion. We have a Shure 57 and a GLS 57 clone. That's it, folks. Maybe a touch of reverb in post, but that's what we're doing. All right, we are all set up here. Here's the pedal. Let's start with the clean tone. Oh yeah, Yngwie Malmsteen over here.
Stop fucking around the lights and keep the lights on my guitar. Thank you.
All right, let's turn the pedal on. And one thing that I noticed is the gain and the volume are very interactive. So if we have the gain all the way down, there's like next to no sound, or at least no sound that anyone would want to hear. So those are very interactive. Crank this up a little bit. so yeah, not a whole lot to it, but it does a thing. It definitely does a thing. When I first played it, I wasn't super impressed because you want a pedal to make a drastic change to your sound, and this doesn't do that. But it is subtly, what's the word I'm looking for? It just does a really nice thing to your tone. So allow me to elaborate. It seems to add some really nice overtones. Gives your tone just a hint of compression. Takes some of the spikiness out of the transients from just a raw amplifier like the one we're using here, and it kind of molds the mid-range of your EQ a little bit and just makes it sophisticatedly nice. Is that a good way to describe it? Just makes everything just a little bit nicer in a, I don't know, a British kind of way, I guess. We're probably being influenced by the name of this thing. Another thing I noticed is if you crank the shit out of this thing, quiet down, makes a little bit of noise, but this pedal has amazing touch sensitivity. So let's do this. Quiet down. All right, let's plug this thing into 18 volts and see what happens. Okay, we're plugged into 18 volts. The pedal has not exploded. Looks like we have some DC on the gain pot. That may be normal, that little swishiness. We'll have to check the schematic to confirm. Oh yeah, we are tighter and cleaner for sure. Well, there you have it. How fun was that? I wish I'd realized before I did the full mix demos that this sucker can run on 18 volts. This thing sounds wonderful on 18 volts. 18 volts. That's so many. No, we're not going there. Doesn't have a ton of like saturation gain in the 18 volt mode as it does in the 9 volt mode, but it just, oh, this is an amazing boost overdrive pedal right here, and it just makes everything sound better. It really, really does. 9 volt mode, yeah, you get some nice distortion and some saturation. I think we didn't nail the Sid Barrett tone, but it was definitely passable. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you liked the pedal. If you want to win this very pedal, again, go over to tonepriest.com or patreon.com/tonepriest. Become a supporter, and you can win this very pedal. Otherwise, you can go over to Greer FX, whatever their name is, Greer FX and stuff, and you can buy a real deal one for $230. But I think you'd rather have this free one. All right, folks, I want to thank my Patreon supporters, subscribers, thumbs-uppers, commenters, and somebody's mom. I don't know who. I didn't catch her name. All right, rock on and prosper. Let's get out of here before we get canceled.
Done.